Like I said, I'm saving a ton of money now that I canceled my internet. Well, I told you, McDonald's set up free Wi-Fi in my neighborhood. No, they didn't build one in my backyard. It must be some kind of promotion or something. Wireless internet, also known as Wi-Fi, has revolutionized our daily lives from the way we communicate with each other to how we look up information and even how we shop. As with all technology, this modern convenience comes with some risks, so we need to make sure we're using our Wi-Fi connection safely. In order to understand how to stay safe with Wi-Fi, first we need to talk a little bit about how Wi-Fi works. Wi-Fi uses radio waves, the same technology a remote uses to send a signal to your car to unlock the doors, only instead of a signal, it's really a long conversation. With Wi-Fi, your computer talks in a way that can be overheard by others listening in. Think of Wi-Fi as a postcard going through the mail. Even though the person you sent the message to will receive it, there's no telling how many people read your postcard on the way. Not only that, but the reply messages are on a postcard too, so someone listening in can hear the whole conversation. We can think about securing this conversation by putting our messages in sealed envelopes rather than using postcards. With that in mind, let's look at 3 different scenarios when using Wi-Fi and how to stay safe in each. First, let's talk about the most essential thing you can do for your home network, which is to make sure you're using a Wi-Fi password. Wi-Fi passwords are the core of your wireless security. The password scrambles the communication so that it doesn't make sense to other computers listening in. Sure, it's more convenient if you don't have a password set on your home network, but we're trying to make sure you're sending letters and not postcards. You may think passwords aren't really necessary. I mean, no one's going to come into your home and try to use the internet, and if they did, you'd probably call the police. Well, keep in mind, your Wi-Fi signal doesn't stop at your walls, and in some cases it can reach your neighbor's house or even the street. Dense areas like apartments or condos make using a password really important because there's a higher risk that someone could connect to your Wi-Fi from the unit next door and you wouldn't know it. Once someone connects to your Wi-Fi, not only could they listen in on the conversations, but they could also snoop around and try to look for files on your computers. So, that in mind, now you understand that setting a password is critical to keeping your information private. When you set your Wi-Fi password, you also need to make sure it's using a setting called WPA2 Personal or WPA if WPA2 isn't an option. The manual that came with your Wi-Fi router should have instructions on setting up a wireless password. If you don't have the manual, visit the manufacturer's website and search for the model. You should be able to download a manual from there. When choosing a Wi-Fi password, make sure you pick one that's strong. If you're not sure what a strong password is, watch our other video about passwords to learn more about making them strong. Next, let's talk about public Wi-Fi. If you're connected to public Wi-Fi like Starbucks or Walmart or even a hotel when you're traveling, remember every other computer that's connected to that same network can listen in to your computer's conversation. This is true even if you have to use a password to connect to the network. Think of this connection like a postcard that's in an envelope, only the envelope isn't sealed. Someone just looking at the envelope can't tell what's inside, but someone else who knows the password, just like you do, can look inside the envelope easily. Although public Wi-Fi is convenient, it's best to avoid sharing any personal information while connected, and it's really important that you don't log into your bank or other financial institution if you can help it, because anyone and everyone could be listening in. Not logging into websites on public Wi-Fi is ideal, but sometimes it's unavoidable. In those cases, make sure the website browser says HTTPS instead of HTTP, which means your connection to that specific website should be private, or otherwise known as encrypted. For a super secure connection, no matter where you are, you can use something called a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. VPNs usually have a cost associated with them, but if you find yourself using public Wi-Fi a lot, it's wise to look into getting one to ensure you stay safe. Finally, don't connect to unfamiliar Wi-Fi. If you notice an internet connection that shouldn't be there, or just seems sketchy, don't use it. Sometimes hackers will set up fake Wi-Fi that looks like it's legitimate, but it's not. They do this so they can listen in and see if there's any information they can use. Remember, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So, in closing, remember these important points. At home, always use a Wi-Fi password. In public, never do something you don't want others to overhear. And in general, never connect to Wi-Fi that seems out of place. Okay, one last thing. If you're interested in learning more about VPNs, visit basicinfosecurity.com. There you'll find a downloadable guide that talks about the ultimate protection when using public Wi-Fi. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. If you have any ideas for future topics, things that you'd like to see me cover, please leave those comments below as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.